Hold on to your hats, because what I'm about to spill will blow your mind wide open. For decades, whispers, rumors, and outright conspiracy theories have haunted the Jackson family's saga, none more juicy and mysterious than the tale of Janet, Jackson's secret baby. That's right, the one that's been lurking in the shadows like the ultimate Hollywood urban legend. And now, brace yourselves, because James DeBarge is stepping out of the silence to drop a bombshell so explosive it might just rewrite the Jackson family history forever. Where is this hidden child today? Who's been protecting the secret all these years? And why has Janet fought tooth and nail to keep this quiet? Are we about to witness the biggest celebrity reveal of the century? Or just another chapter in a never-ending soap opera? Strap in, because the truth, the rumors, and the drama are about to collide in ways you never imagined, and we're going to dig deep. Expose the untold and serve you the story no one else dares to touch. Ready to find out where Janet's hidden baby really is? Let's get into it. All right, let's dive deep into one of the juiciest, most scandalous mysteries ever to swirl around Hollywood and the Jackson family legacy. We are talking about Janet Jackson and James DeBarge, whose brief marriage back in the mid-1980s continues to spawn whispers, rumors, and outright conspiracies that have refused to die down even after all these decades. Janet, the pop princess, with a career spanning decades and a public image polished to perfection, somehow managed to find herself at the center of a mystery so explosive that it threatens to unravel everything we thought we knew about her life. James DeBarge, whose name is less familiar to the mainstream but who carries his own legacy as part of the DeBarge musical family, is the one who keeps turning up to fan the flames, repeatedly claiming that the two of them had a secret daughter. During their whirlwind marriage, the marriage itself was a whirlwind of youthful passion, control battles, and struggles with addiction. But the idea that it also produced a child no one ever knew about takes the story into a realm worthy of a Netflix drama or a tabloid fever dream. What makes this saga so tantalizing is that it is driven by more than just idle gossip. James DeBarge has been remarkably vocal and emotional over the years about the existence of this secret child, suggesting that the truth is being deliberately hidden by powerful forces within Janet's family and inner circle. His insistence alone raises eyebrows. Why would he continue to push this narrative if it were not rooted in at least some shred of truth? Adding fuel to the fire, members of the DeBarge family themselves, including James's own sister Bunny and daughter Christina, have publicly supported the idea that there is a secret sibling out there, someone they have never met but firmly believe exists. Bunny claims she once saw Janet visibly pregnant and witnessed the sudden disappearance of that baby bump when Janet was pulled away from the public eye. Christina, on the other hand, has expressed a heartfelt desire to meet this elusive sister. She believes she has, suggesting that the family has long harbored this secret. On the flip side of this drama is Janet Jackson herself, who has consistently denied ever having a secret child. In her 2022 documentary, she addressed the rumors directly and called them painful and untrue. She explained that the appearance of pregnancy some fans and media outlets assumed was actually caused by weight gain linked to birth control pills, which often cause fluid retention and increased appetite. She also addressed the bizarre rumors suggesting that she gave her supposed baby away to a sibling, or that the child was one of her nieces, dismissing them all as falsehoods. Yet, despite Janet's firm denials, the mystery refuses to fade. Why? Has she been so adamant to the point where some say her responses seem rehearsed or overly polished? Why has the Jackson family, known for its strict control over public image, gone to great lengths to quash any discussion of this topic? Intensity of the denial has made some fans speculate that if there were no truth to the rumors, the story would have simply died out by now. Instead, it has evolved into a decades-long game of cat and mouse, with James and his family continuing to hint at revelations to come, and Janet maintaining a steely silence. Adding to the intrigue are eyewitness accounts from fans, insiders, and even hospital workers who claim to have seen Janet visibly pregnant during that era. Some recall photos and public appearances where Janet's silhouette looked unmistakably like she was several months along. While at one notable event, her brother Tito reportedly tried to shield her belly from the cameras with his jacket. Others say Janet was seen at a hospital where her grandmother was staying and appeared pregnant, though whether she lost the baby or was hiding it remains unclear. Then there was the infamous incident when James DeBarge's mother participated in a DNA test with a woman named Tiffany White, who claimed to be Janet and James's secret daughter. Although the test later proved negative, James refused to give up the search, convinced that his child exists somewhere out there. The very notion of a secret baby in the Jackson-DeBarge saga touches on deeper themes of family loyalty, secrecy, and the crushing pressure of celebrity. Janet was just 18 when she married James and found herself in a relationship complicated by his emerging substance abuse problems and the watchful eyes of her father, Joe Jackson, whose controlling nature is well documented. Joe was reportedly furious about Janet's marriage and did everything he could to sabotage it, which adds another layer to the speculation that powerful family interests might have orchestrated a cover-up to protect Janet's career. The marriage ended quickly but left behind more questions than answers. When James describes the union as the right love at the wrong time, it hints at a relationship filled with unfulfilled promises and hidden pain. His recent comments teasing a documentary filled with revelations have only reignited public fascination and speculation. What are these so-called bombshells that James promises? Could they finally bring clarity to the decades of mystery, or will they add new twists to an already convoluted tale? While Janet's camp insists that no child was ever born, the persistence of these rumors and the passionate statements from the DeBarge family suggest a story far more complicated than a simple denial can erase. The question that lingers in the air is why this secret, if it exists, has remained so fiercely protected. Is it purely about preserving Janet's image as a pop icon and avoiding scandal? Or is there something darker and more tragic at play perhaps? A decision made to shield a vulnerable child from the merciless glare of the spotlight. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. This story taps into the public's endless appetite for mystery and scandal, especially when it involves one of the most famous families in music history. It raises uncomfortable questions about what happens behind closed doors in celebrity households where image management often trumps reality. The drama is heightened by the emotional weight of James DeBarge's continued search for his daughter, a search marked by hope, heartbreak, and frustration. His insistence that the child is out there fuels not only the rumor mill but also public sympathy for a man who feels robbed of a relationship that should have been his. Meanwhile, Janet's denials, though firm, have never completely silenced speculation. It's partly because she was so young during those years and partly because the Jackson family's history of controlling narratives leaves many wondering what else might be hidden. Fans and insiders continue to debate every public appearance, every interview, and every passing comment for clues, while the media eagerly awaits James's upcoming documentary, hoping it will deliver answers. The narrative remains a tangled knot of allegations, denials, family loyalties, and decades-old secrets. It is the kind of story that Hollywood thrives on. Yet it also underscores the very human toll that secrecy and public scrutiny can take on individuals and families. As this saga unfolds, the question on everyone's lips remains the same. Did Janet Jackson really have a secret baby with James DeBarge? And if so, where is that child today? This question is the thread that holds the entire mystery together, pulling in fans, critics, and casual observers alike. It's a story filled with intrigue, emotion, and unanswered questions that refuses to be forgotten. The truth, hidden beneath layers of denial and speculation, waits to be uncovered, and the world is watching to see who will reveal it first. Public reaction to these revelations has been a mixed bag of disbelief, outrage, and fascination. Fans have taken to social media in droves, debating whether this is simply a classic celebrity rumor or a heartbreaking story of a lost child hidden behind layers of fame and fortune. Some have accused Janet's camp of cold-hearted cover-ups, while others defend her privacy, arguing that if there were a child involved, the family's top priority would be to protect them from the invasive spotlight. Leaked documents supposedly show payments made to various individuals for their silence, including nannies and former employees. These alleged hush agreements reportedly included non-disclosure clauses, so strict that even mentioning the child's existence was punishable by hefty fines. Sources claim that the company Janet was signed to at the time played a key role in orchestrating the secrecy, fearing that any scandal would jeopardize the launch of what would become a legendary career. In one shocking detail from an insider, it was revealed that during a major award ceremony, Janet's brother Tito tried desperately to shield her baby bump from photographers using his jacket, sparking even more speculation in the press. The press, of course, had a field day with this, with headlines ranging from secret baby scandal to Jackson family's hidden truth. Even years later, the rumors haven't stopped. The public remains obsessed, hungry for details, and desperate to know whether the legendary pop star really has a secret child who has been kept out of sight all these years. Social media platforms exploded with theories and supposed sightings, with fans claiming they have spotted Janet with what looked like a baby bump in old footage, or noticed subtle clues in her music videos and interviews. There have been outrageous claims too, including a woman named Tiffany White who came forward insisting she was Janet and James's daughter. This led to a much-publicized DNA test, which ultimately proved negative. But that did not stop the speculation or James's relentless search. He insists the real child is out there somewhere, and he refuses to give up the fight to find her. The drama has also spilled into legal arenas. Although no official lawsuits have been filed by either party regarding the secret child industry, insiders speculate about the possibility of future legal battles, especially if James's upcoming documentary reveals new information. There is talk among legal experts about the complications that could arise, from custody claims to potential defamation suits, depending on what is disclosed. Meanwhile, the Jackson family remains tight-lipped, their silence only adding to the speculation. Public relations experts suggest that this silence is a strategic move designed to let the story fade over time. But with James actively promoting his documentary, the story is anything but fading. The tensions between the two families also hint at deep-seated resentments and fractured relationships that have likely fueled this decades-long dispute. In the court of public opinion, Janet's fans have shown fierce loyalty, often defending her vehemently and dismissing the rumors as malicious gossip. On the other hand, many sympathize with James, viewing him as a father denied his right to know and raise his child. This public polarization has only heightened the controversy and made the story a media sensation. Even industry insiders speculate that the documentary James promises could change the narrative entirely, potentially revealing explosive truths that have been buried for too long. Some insiders suggest that the film will include never-before-seen footage, personal testimonies, and even interviews with key family members willing to break their silence. The anticipation is palpable. Meanwhile, the business side of things is not immune to the scandal. Rumors swirl that Janet's management and record label have been scrambling behind the scenes to prepare damage control strategies. These could include carefully crafted statements, legal actions against unauthorized disclosures, and attempts to reframe the narrative in a way that preserves Janet's legacy. The financial implications are enormous. Any scandal of this magnitude threatens to impact album sales, endorsements, and future projects. Industry analysts point out that image is everything in the music world, and a secret baby scandal involving one of the biggest stars could have ripple effects across the entire industry. The emotional toll on all involved is equally significant. James's public expressions of sorrow and frustration paint a picture of a man caught between hope and heartbreak. Janet, meanwhile, has consistently projected strength and resilience. But the pressure to maintain such a facade under public scrutiny must be immense. Those close to the situation suggest that both families carry scars from the fallout. With trust shattered and relationships strained beyond repair, the story also raises larger questions about celebrity culture, privacy, and the lengths to which powerful families will go to protect their reputations. How many secrets lie hidden beneath the glitz and glamour? What truths are sacrificed in the name of image control? The Jackson-DeBarge secret baby saga is a prime example of how fame can distort reality and create labyrinths of secrecy. In the end, the public is left to piece together fragments of truth from a puzzle that may never be fully complete. But with James DeBarge's documentary on the horizon and the world watching closely, the possibility of long-awaited answers has everyone on the edge of their seats, waiting to see whether this decades-old mystery will finally be unraveled or simply buried deeper beneath layers of silence and denial. The stakes are high because any confirmation of a secret child could destabilize decades of carefully curated public image and possibly lead to claims for inheritance rights or child support, opening Pandora's box in the courts. On social media, the backlash has been swift and merciless, with divided camps of fans clashing fiercely. Some condemn Janet for alleged secrecy and selfishness, accusing her of denying a child the love and recognition they deserve. Others defend her vehemently, insisting that if there were such a child, privacy and protection from the media circus should be paramount. This public uproar has put unprecedented pressure on the Jackson family, forcing them to navigate a minefield of PR disasters, while trying to maintain unity behind closed doors. Industry experts suggest that behind the scenes, family members may be facing intense negotiations over how to handle the documentary's revelations, with some possibly threatening to distance themselves if the truth harms their own reputations. Speculation is rife that some close relatives might even consider legal action to prevent the release of sensitive information. Though such moves could only add fuel to the fire and increase public curiosity, the emotional consequences for all involved are profound. James DeBarge has publicly expressed feelings of betrayal, sadness, and disappointment, revealing a personal anguish that resonates with many who have experienced fractured family ties. His determination to find and reconnect with his alleged daughter shines a light on the human cost of decades of secrecy and silence. Janet Jackson's side, while outwardly composed, is believed to be dealing with immense emotional strain, as well, with longtime friends hinting at the toll the controversy has taken on her mental health and relationships. The situation also exposes the darker side of fame and the intense pressures placed on young celebrities, especially women, to maintain perfect images at the expense of personal truths. Critics argue that the Jackson family's long-standing obsession with control and image has contributed to a culture where secrecy and silence are prioritized over honesty and healing. In the meantime, the public waits with bated breath, debating every snippet of information and rumor. With feverish intensity, as the date of the documentary release approaches, anticipation has reached a fever pitch. Will James finally reveal the location and identity of the secret child? Will Janet break her silence or continue to deny the allegations? What will the reactions be from the families involved and the wider public? The answers to these questions promise to shape the narrative for years to come and could redefine how we view one of the most iconic families in music history. Ultimately, this saga is about far more than just celebrity gossip. It is a complex tale of love, loss, betrayal, and the search for truth in the glare of the spotlight. The ramifications will be felt not just in courtrooms and boardrooms, but in the hearts and lives of those directly impacted, its viewers, fans, and curious observers. we are left with the question of what we truly value: our honesty, silence, or revelation, family loyalty, or personal freedom. This unfolding story reminds us that behind the glittering facade of fame lies a human drama filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. As James DeBarge prepares to lift the veil, the world holds its breath, ready for the moment when the truth finally comes out. So, what do you think? Is there really a secret child hidden away from the world? Or just another Hollywood myth spun out of control? Are James DeBarge's claims genuine cries for the truth, or a desperate bid for attention? And why has Janet Jackson fought so hard to keep this story under wraps if there's nothing to hide? This is the kind of mystery that keeps us glued to our screens, hungry for answers, and desperate to uncover what lies beneath the polished surface of fame. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and be the first to hear the explosive details, when James's documentary drops, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe right now. Don't just watch the story unfold, be part of the conversation. Drop your thoughts, theories, and wildest guesses in the comments below, because your voice matters in this saga. Who knows, maybe one of you has the key to solving this decades-old puzzle. So buckle up, stay tuned, and keep your eyes peeled, because this secret baby story is far from over. The truth is coming, and you won't want to miss a single moment of it. Make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on the biggest celebrity revelation of the year.